Hello everyone, welcome to the Seaborn series. In this video, we will be discussing the pair grid in detail. A Seaborn pair grid can be considered as a more customizable version of the pair plot. We can say that it's a tool used in data visualization to examine relationship between multiple variables in a dataset. We can consider it as a framework that lets us create a grid of plots where each plot shows the relationship between a pair of variables. So now let's take a simple example. Now we are going to draw a simple pair plot. For plotting the simple pair grid, we are going to use SNS.pair grid, where SNS is the object for Seaborn library. We are using the same automobile data set. Let me run this code. So what will happen here is, let's see. It takes some time for execution. Yeah, so we can see here it has created a kind of a blank grid where there's nothing inside it. Okay, it has only the all the column names on the y-axis and all the column names on the x-axis. So we can see the difference here between the pair grid and the pair plot. When we use pair plot, what happens there is that it automatically uh, creates a diagram for you showing the relationship between the different variables. Okay, but in the case of pair grid, it first creates a kind of a blank grid, and now we can customize it as per our wish. So we can say it's a more kind of an advanced version of the pair plot, and it helps us in creating a more customized version of the pair plot. So this is how the why the pair grid is a more advanced version. Now we can see here. Now what we are doing here is we have created this pair grid. Now here we are providing that what kind of a diagram should be there, scatter. Okay, what kind of diagram we are going to have in the diagonal. So we want a kind of a histogram in the diagonal. Okay, and other plots should be kind of in a scatter plot. So let me run this one. So it's going to create a kind of a pair plot where we have the relationship shown with the help of the scatter plot, but the diagonals will be in the form of a histogram. So let's see. So this way we can customize our plots accordingly. So that's the advantage of using the pair grid. We can see here. So as we have mentioned, everything is in the form of a scatter plot, but the diagonals you can see it's in the form of a histogram. So this way we can create a kind of a customized version. Okay. Now the last thing, another thing is like as we show, we can just use the same code above, and we can create a kind of a histogram in the middle. Okay. So now the next thing is we can also use different plots on the different places. Okay. So when I say this, what I'm trying to say here is like. Uh, we are creating this diagram. Let's say we are creating this particular diagram. So here what I have done here is I want to create a kind of a scatter plot for the upper part. For the lower part, it should be in the form of a KDE plot, and the diagonal should also be in the form of a KDE plot. Okay. So now when I run this particular code, so we can see here. Okay, so we have mentioned it as a scatter plot for the upper part. It's in the form of upper part is in the form of a scatter plot. Okay, now the lower part is in the form of a KDE plot. You can see here these are the KDE plot. Okay, and the diagonals are in the form of a KDE plot also. So diagonals are also in the form of a KDE plot. So this way we can customize the different parts of our plot accordingly. So the next thing is like we can also add hue, which is also being used here. Uh, so we can draw the hue accordingly. So let me draw this hue for you. So it's nothing, but it's the same code. Here we have used the auto, and here we are hue is equal to fuel type. So let me run this particular code. So we can see all the plots will be with respect to the fuel type diesel and petrol, as we have seen earlier. So it takes some time to run the code because I've included all the variables here. Yes. And this is how it's being done. Okay. Then we have the subset of variables. Okay, so when subset of variables, which means that we can create we don't need to use the entire data set. We can just create a subset of variables, like only these columns which we need, and when we can draw them accordingly. So here I have only used wheelbase, height, and width. It's just like the similar property of pair plot. So yeah, we can do it. So we can say that when we talk about pair grid with respect to the pair plot, we can say that with the help of the pair grid, we can create more customizable plots as compared to the pair plot. Then also, like we have the it since it's a pair plot creates automatically the diagram, but in the case of pair grid, it creates first a kind of a blank grid, and then we can use the customization as per our wish. The third thing is like we can also add more annotation with the help of the pair grid as compared to the pair plot. Okay, so this was all about pair grid. Please, if you have any questions, write it down in the comment section and subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot, everyone.